Totally baseless.
Hey, it's Totally Baseless. My name's John, and with me is a guy who is the model for Mo Sizlak on The Simpsons. Dan, welcome to the podcast.
It's true. I'm not a handsome man.
If you could only see how true that is. And the guy who always insists that you bring your A game whenever he shows up, Dave.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? All right. Well, we did our Halloween episode already, but I did want to bring some of the supernatural back this week as well. So I just saw this, that the Catholic Church has some signs that there's been a demonic possession before they will investigate for an exorcism. And actually the procedures were apparently last updated in 1999. So they're still kind of out there, I guess. But give me two signs that there's demonic possession.
Devil on board. If you have a card that says devil on board, that's a sign of demonic possession.
A literal sign. Got it.
My A game, man. My A game.
So if they haven't updated since 1999, I'm going to go with being a fan of Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
And driving 45 in the fast lane. Because that's just an asshole move. Only Satan would do that.
Or someone possessed. That guy must be possessed. Look at the way he's driving, honey. No? Any other guesses?
If your woman is way too uppity.
Dave, bringing the Middle Ages. That might be a sign that you're from the Middle Ages.
Well, just wait till we get into the story about possession. You'll see what I mean.
Okay. All right. So no guesses. I'll give you a few.
Speaking in tongues.
Change in the person's voice. That is one of them.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus is not one of them. So one of them is burping and or belching or coughing or yawning, which is kind of not. I mean, a lot of retirement homes would be possessed if that were the case, I guess.
Or high schools.
Or
levitation
frats.
and moving of objects. Intense hatred and violent reaction towards all religious objects or items. Antipathy towards entering a church. So, Dan, you might be possessed. Yeah, a cold feeling in the room, or supernatural physical strength, not relative to the person's build or age. Pretty
Did they get this from The Exorcist, or did The Exorcist get this from the church?
This is by William Peter Blatty. Yeah, this is a lot of the things you saw in the movie.
It also sounds like Jeff Foxworthy does the Vatican.
You might be demonically possessed if you have unnatural bodily postures. Okay, well, I have some ex-girlfriends who might fit into that category. All right. We're still going to keep on the creepy kind of theme here with a story about exploding caskets. Yes, you heard me right. That's actually a thing. Apparently, gases build up from dead bodies that can lead to an explosion where the lid of the casket can pop off. This is according to popular YouTube mortician. And I never thought I'd put those three things together.
I want to see the unpopular YouTube mortician. What's that guy all about?
He hardly gets any views, so it doesn't matter.
By definition.
Yeah. I understand that you decompose and all that. So you would think people would catch on and not want to get these nice caskets that are sealed to keep their loved ones intact, because they're not going to stay intact. They're going to blow up like balloons. So why would anyone legitimately try to push them buying such a well-adorned casket or something that's useless, basically, that's going to cause more harm than good?
Yeah, let's try to put that into one sentence.
I don't know. You would also think, though, that after, how many thousands of years of humans dying and being buried, they'd have figured that this is a thing. I'm like, the Egyptians didn't have a problem with it.
Well, that's the thing. They're not burying them, right? They're above ground in a hermetically sealed casket. So there's nowhere for all that stuff to go.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Well,
that's
go
just-
somewhere.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
well,
lead
but-
to a new saying. You know, he really blew the lid off the casket, that guy.
And it's gonna smell like
Ooh, man. Yeah, in the ancient Egyptian tombs, it says something about this guy can really blow the lid off a casket, of a sarcophagi.
leave a crack so you don't smell like the devil's ass.
Yeah,
He's
that's
one
what
hell
they
of a
always say.
sarcophagi. Although at first when I read the headline, I thought this was like another like kiss casket like upsell. Like, oh, it comes with pyrotechnics now. I'm like, motherfucking Gene Simmons always trying to get you. Because they do have the kiss caskets.
But you do understand that the person's dead. They don't care what they're put in, right? This casket with that's sealed and everything, that's all for the family that's grieving.
Well,
Okay,
Right, so-
Mr. Rents finds a side topic right off the bat.
No, but because of that, you get this that happens that all those gases have nowhere to escape, and eventually they just blow a lid on the casket.
I guess that explains the hole in the bottom of King Tut's tomb.
But yeah, that was kind of a weird story, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good to know, right? So
I guess it's good to know.
I mean, so now you know. Don't get the expensive casket when you die. Don't ask for it in your will. Just tell them to bury you. Oh, you know what I did learn? The difference between a casket and a coffin. I did not know that there was a difference. I'd be buried in a
velvet
coffin.
lining?
Coffin is just one of those wooden boxes they throw you in, right? With it's tapered towards the bottom. Did you not see the video? Did you not do your homework?
Much like high school, not really.
So I would rather be buried in a coffin then. It's probably a lot cheaper and it saves big messes afterwards.
Actually, I really wouldn't care because I don't got to clean up the mess. I'm dead. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that point,
you're somewhere else.
that point, joke's on you.
Exactly. Where they're buried above ground is a mausoleum,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but I don't know where I'm going with this. Carry
And
on.
on that note,
Carry on.
Yeah,
Obviously,
okay.
I expect you to bring your A game, not that I'm bringing my A game.
much like
Noted.
the Lakers.
Well, that's actually not something supernatural that's happening. It's just a normal gas that you've frightened your friends and family with for years. But in the case of an exorcism, we have a Catholic priest, actually a Catholic exorcist, who says that 80 or more percent of demon possessions are of women. And he goes on to explain that they're more victimizable and that they have more trauma from molestation that gives the demons a way in to possess women more than men. It's kind of a weird take, but that's what Father Chad Ripperger has said.
I like how he explains why the males are possessed less. And he's all usually because of rock bands and pornography.
Yes, right.
So I've been possessed since I was a teenager, especially during my teen years. I was really
Subject to
possessed.
possession. Yeah.
It was one nonstop possession.
Almost to the point where I went blind.
Mom, I'm combing my hair.
Are you
The devil's
possessed
combing my
again?
hair. That's why they call it the devil's hair pick.
Both those guys on that video seem very, I guess, chauvinistic.
Yeah. Yeah, think the Catholic Church chauvinistic?
It's the women's fault they're possessed. They're very victimizable. What?
Yeah. I wouldn't have
Easy to
robbed you
pick
if you
on.
would have been so victimizable. Like, right?
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're an easy target. So
I mean, that's like supernatural religious victim shaming. Well, if you hadn't been so victimizable.
Yeah.
It's your fault for being possessed. Really? You're trying to take away our rights, and now you're blaming us for getting possessed by demons?
Father, I think a demon has possessed me. Well, what were you wearing? Were you asking for it?
Yeah. What did you do to lure him in?
Yep. Father Chad says that this goes all the way back to Eve, and that women are more likely to stop and ask for directions, which makes them more susceptible to meeting demons.
Oh my God.
Or my Uncle Rod.
Yeah. These guys do not like women at all. I mean, let's just blame them, right? Hey, it's your own fault for getting possessed.
Even demons are sexist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In their
Also,
world,
like, yeah, the fact that you stopped and asked for directions is now like a bad thing. See, if you would have stopped and asked for directions, you would have got possessed.
Yeah. If you substitute the word raped for possessed, I think it's pretty much the same thing, right? That's kind of what
Right.
they're saying. It's the woman's fault.
Yeah, I think these guys are just trying to find anything to like not like women and just speak in code.
Misogyny and the Catholic Church.
For our
Oh,
longtime
misogyny.
listeners, today we'll talk about possession. But here's what we really mean.
Ladies, just ask your husband what that means.
I like how he said 80%, but before that he was like, well, we don't actually have real hard numbers on this, but it feels like 80% is. I think you
Oh,
think
man.
it's mostly women. This speaks more about your belief, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we don't have hard numbers, but yeah, from what I see, it's mostly the women's fault.
It just seems like some dude that got shot down way too much.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, I think it's because they're all possessed bitches, right?
Basically.
Something like that.
This guy's
Yeah.
just
Like
like an
the-
angry bro.
Yeah,
Is this
well,
like the incel priest?
yeah,
Totally.
yeah, He-Man Women Hater Club.
By
Yeah.
choice, man, by choice.
Yeah. Obviously, sir, you became a priest. Gotcha. You
Oh,
couldn't get
what?
laid.
And in our next topic, why the Catholic Church is losing congregants. Yeah.
Because they think their women are all bad, right? That they deserve to get possessed.
They're more victimizable.
If it wasn't for Eve,
None of this would have happened if it
exactly,
wasn't for Eve.
man.
We'd be in
shouldn't have ate-
paradise.
Yep, she shouldn't have ate that apple. Because of her, you guys are gonna get it.
80% of you, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what the real numbers are, but it feels like 80%.
There's some good ones. I've
Yeah,
met one
all
or
of-
two good ones.
Yeah. The ones that said yes.
Oh, man. All right. All right. Enough about demon possession and exploding caskets. Let's get to something that's kind of been in the news just lately. We're looking at exploding cans of tomato soup. One was thrown at a Van Gogh painting, and another activist tried to glue their own head to the girl with the pearl earring by Vermeer. I didn't really know that. It just says right here in the article. But yeah, just making these attacks on these great works of art. So what do you think? And this is from a group called, or the person wearing a shirt saying, "Just Stop Oil." And the Van Gogh attack was from two environmentalists who were speaking out against oil as well.
Yeah, at first you think they're just like morons that don't like oil paintings. They're like all into like watercolors, but they're actually like trying to fight
Right.
climate change.
It's a petroleum oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but they sold me. I'm like, yes, I'm behind you 100%. I wasn't before, but now you got me.
But now with your effective protest, I will change the climate.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking at it all wrong. I get it now. No, but I don't know. I think there's a better way to bring attention to your cause than to piss people off for no reason. I mean, luckily nothing really got damaged because it was all behind glass, all these paintings. The Mona Lisa was also another one that got smeared with cake. But yeah, I mean, listen, you have the right to protest and you should protest, and you want to bring, attention to your cause. Don't do it in a way that you piss people off. that are probably going to be with you if you wouldn't have done something like that.
Well, my
Exactly, yeah.
prediction is that you're going to have a hard time convincing a 21-year-old and a 24-year-old that they're wrong.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But also, like, your protest is like 18 steps away from what like you're trying to get at.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to stop and reason and explain why. We're like, yeah, dude, I have no idea why you're protesting.
Well, he did
Yeah.
have a big shirt saying "Just Stop Oil."
Yeah,
on
but
his-
I guess trying to connect it to
The immediate connection, yeah.
yeah to throwing stuff on a painting
Yeah.
and then being condescending and say stop. It's like going up
Yeah.
going up to someone and kicking them in the nuts, right? And then telling them, you know,
Save the pandas.
yeah, it's like,
Right.
you know how hard it is for pandas to mate.
That's why I kicked you in the balls.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I get it. Okay, I'm with you now.
Just for that, I'm gonna go out and kill some pandas myself. Fuck you.
Well, isn't that like the what people always say when somebody protests? They say, "This isn't the right way. This is not how to get attention." But here it is. They got the attention, and maybe there was no other way. They would have gotten this massive worldwide media attention to what their
But-
cause is.
But yeah, but
What else? How else would you have done that?
I don't
Protest
know.
outside an oil refinery, maybe?
There you go.
Right. That wouldn't get any media attention.
Not at all.
Throw your I don't know, throw something on fire outside of a
Throw
outside of
yourself
a-
on fire. Oh,
Sure.
man. No, we don't advocate that, but
No.
yeah.
No, but go like to the headquarters buildings of one of these oil places and throw paint right on that building, on the windows of that building. And
Wait,
then-
you're saying that's a work of art?
no, but
You're
I'm
the
saying,
architect.
but I'm saying they're
The
the ones
architect, yeah, that's
but
true.
they're the ones responsible for the environment being messed up according to them, right? Oil, we got to stop using oil and all that. So
All that jazz.
all that whatever, all that mumbo jumbo. No.
When Van Gogh heard about this, he was like, "What? What?
What?
They did what now?
What?" Yeah.
I think like, yeah, the confusion is like, yeah, you want to like do something provocative that gets attention, but at the same time, like I said, there's like 18 different steps that you have to get to where these people are coming from. Like, oh yes, okay, we're against climate change and oil is bad. Was those paintings owned by the oil company? No.
It was just an easy target. They get attention, but they don't actually sway anybody to their cause. So yeah, you're getting attention, but everybody's going, yeah, what a bunch of idiots. They're not really going, oh yeah, I think we should do something. They're
Like,
just
this is it's a metaphorical oil spill on the painting. It's like, what?
Yeah.
this is a
This is civilization, and here's the oil over
Yeah.
civilization.
Just be direct.
There you go.
Yeah, you get into like a slippery slope when you start, there's better ways, or there's a proper way of protesting. Because yeah, sometimes you get shit done, you gotta do some gnarly stuff. But at the same time, if
It
it's
just-
so muddled,
it comes off as a, hey, look at me, I'm so self-righteous. It's like, that's not really helping.
So the two young people, Phoebe Plummer and Anna Holland, have also staged traffic protests, spray painted a luxury car dealership with their orange brand, and have thrown cakes on King Charles's wax figure at London's Madame Tussauds. And I think we can all agree on the last one.
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
I'm
gonna
cool
say,
with that.
okay. Yeah.
Why
I was
wouldn't
just-
you throw cake at
Yeah.
King Charles's wax figure?
let him eat cake? Yeah. I mean, that one I was like, okay, I can see that
Yeah.
one.
Well,
But
well,
it's
that's
not
fine.
just paintings. I mean, they are trying to get attention.
Who's the little Austrian girl? She's like 16 now.
Greta
17.
Thunberg.
She's doing it the right way. I like her. I like the cut of her jib.
She gives a hell of a speech.
Little Greta Thunberg.
There you go.
Like her.
I like her. In the curls. Great person. Great.
I think you're thinking of Pippi Longstocking now, dude.
Yeah, the one
no.
that can lift a horse.
Oh, no. I was thinking of the one that the actress with the curls. I'm kidding. Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
Another
yeah.
timely reference.
I'm kidding. But at least she's actually making a difference, I guess, to the point where people are actually listening to what she has to say
So if
and agreeing with her.
if Greta Thunberg threw a steak at Starry Starry Night, then you'd have a hard time.
Then I'm out. Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out.
Let the planet burn. At that point, I'm out.
At that point, I'm out. Yeah. If you become a steak tosser, I'm out.
You're just wasting good steak.
Sounds like it should be something, huh? That guy's a real steak tosser. I don't know.
Damn steak tosser.
It sounds like some sort of English put down or something, right? You steak
Yeah.
tosser.
That beef eater over there is a real steak tosser.
Bloody steak tosser.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think the best way you can protest and save the environment is by liking and subscribing this podcast, Totally Baseless.
We're doing it for the earth.
Or if there's any update on any great works of art helping to stop petroleum, more cake on your face, Dave. Please hit subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Going down the Lackman, throw some pudding.
All right. Bye. Oh, this sucked.